so now you can see that I got the frame all wiped down and everything. I don't know, it took an hour or so to wipe it all down and kind of just go over and make sure everything was ready to go. I kind of spared y'all from having to watch all that because it's time consuming and it's boring. What was also time consuming and boring was me preparing this side of my shop here so I could spray a little undercoating and some paint. You see, went ahead and draped some plastic over the truck, put some tarps up over there to hopefully prevent the overspray from getting all over my other car and getting upstairs in my house. I'm sure my wife is already not going to be thrilled about the aroma that this is going to put off, but I got the garage door open, I got some fans set up that'll hopefully blow it on out as I spray it. So the plan from here is I'm going to spray the whole frame with this Sim rubberized undercoating. I like to use this stuff right here because unlike the 3M stuff, when you spray it, it gets greasy and it never really seems to dry, and you can't paint over it, nothing sticks or stays. This stuff right here, it actually will dry up hard and it is paintable. You can put paint over top of it. Gives you a decent bit of corrosion protection, a little bit of chip protection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna put a good coat of this stuff on the frame, kind of make sure I get it on there good, and then we're going to come back over top of that with some gloss black, like Rust-Oleum paint, just kind of give it a little gloss so it look a little nicer. Now there is going to be some stuff that we're going to have to come back and weld on when we get ready to put the flatbed on and to mount the air tank and things like that. But while the frame is all the way bare right now, I want to go ahead and get it coated real good because I can get behind everything and up under stuff that once you start putting a bunch of stuff on here, you can't get to anymore. And it'd be easy to touch it up later after the fact. I'll just kind of dust a little bit more of this stuff on there and dust a little black paint on there, and we'll be good to go. I mean, we got to remember, it is still going to be a work truck now. I mean, now that being said, yes, it's going to be a work truck, but if I can take the time now to go ahead and make something a little bit nicer and just prepare it a little bit better, why would you not? You're never going to have it tore down this far again. So I'm gonna go ahead, I gotta tape up the brake lines and the fuel line right over here. I gotta tape up the ends of them, and then I should be ready to go. So I'm just gonna let whatever overspray fall in the drive shaft, it's just gonna fall in the drive shaft. And same for that exhaust pipe right there. I was actually told with the notion they put a stack on it. That might look good. I don't know, that's something for another day. But for now, we're gonna get some tape up these lines and come back and get some undercoating and some paint on this thing. right, so we got, I got this thing hot. I heated it up to 140 degrees, and then I walked away from it, kicked the heat off of it, and I let it just kind of heat sink for a while. Now what I mean by heat sink, like I said, this thing is a ½ inch thick. So you can heat the outside of all this up, and right here to touch this might be super mega hot, but deep inside the metal, it might still be 60 degrees less than that. It might be way cooler. So you heat it up, and then you let that heat spread and dissipate, or heat sink. You want it to soak all the way through. So it might cool down to 85, 95 degrees, but at least it's 85 to 95 all the way through. Now I've let the heat run back on this side of it, so I'm going to start on this side welding. I've let the heat run on it really good. You get it back hot again, it is, so the heat was blowing directly on this side, so I'll check the back side where the heat was not blowing. It is 105 degrees on the back side, and that's on the axle tube itself. And that is still kind of heat seeking yet again. This side's 122 degrees on the axle tube right there. Yeah, right here we're 120. This joker right here is 135. That's 130. That's over 100. So now you'll also see I've got my spacer right here to hold my ears apart. I think I got 2/1000ths more than what the width of my heim joint is. That way that doesn't pull together, so I have to hammer the ears or anything together in the process. I've got my breather tube threaded all the way into my axle tube right here. Once I put my plate on the back side and all this welding, I don't want any little pieces of spatter to get down in there. I do have a little opening cut right here for it, a relief, that way I don't weld and get down into this fitting at all. Everything is hot and ready to weld, so I'm just going to time-lapse this welding in for you, and we're going to get to burning some steel. This is a moment we've been waiting for a long time, so fingers crossed everything goes well. All right, well, my camera went dead and I didn't have time to stop. I had good heat and everything, so I just went ahead and finished up. You see everything is welded in nice. Got the other shock mount. You see I made me a little spacer to go in here that was the right width as the shock right there. That way it should bolt in nice. Everything's on that. Rolled the axle over. Got the sway bar mount welded in place. So now, you see I got all these guys sitting here. That's all our cutouts to finish boxing in all of our link arm mounts and everything. So now we're going to jump in here and see if we can burn them guys on there. she's all welded up, this one side. Now you saw me weld up this one, so obviously I'm not gonna make you watch me weld up the other side. It'll be the exact same process. We'll heat it up with the ready heater, get her good and hot. Come in, we'll burn the thing in. Make sure to put the spacers in there for everywhere. Now you saw me put a brace on the back and the front on the top mount. Now I only put one on the back on the bottom mount because it fits so tight to the axle. I can't get one on the front, which no big deal. It fits so tight to the axle, it won't have near the leverage that this one will have, and it's really overkill anyway. It's all welded in good. It ain't going nowhere. So at this point, y'all know the deal. I won't go crazy grinding it. That's just not really my thing. So I'll go over, I'll probably clean up a little of this and that. If I got a little nugget somewhere that's looking kind of ugly, I'll knock that dude off, and I'll make sure that, you know, everything's burned in good where it needs to be, and then we'll get this dude wrapped up. It'll be time to wash it up and put some paint on it, get it back under there. So I'm going to take a break, call it a night, and then I'll come back tomorrow and weld the rest of it up, which will be seconds for y'all when we come back ready to, I'll show you how I finish her out. So I'm going to call it a day.